Session is called to order. Everybody is requested to rise for the singing of the national anthem.
Bayang magiliw, temas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, buyan ka ng magiliw, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo baghang, may nilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng warangit pagsita, buhay langit sa dilim mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mamapit, at namatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please remain standing for our prayer by Representative Milagros Aquino Magsaysay, Party List Senior Citizens.
A reading from Proverbs chapter 2, verses 6 to 13. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly. He guards the paths of justice and preserves the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and justice, equity, and every good path. When wisdom enters your heart and knowledge is pleasant to your soul, discretion will preserve you. Understanding will keep you, to deliver you from the way of evil, from the man who speaks perverse things, from those who live the paths of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you in the name of Jesus. For your word declares that we can come to you as the true source of wisdom. We ask that you would not only give this sacred house of representatives the wisdom of men, but the wisdom of God, imparting in us your truths. We pray, dear Lord, that you will instruct us and lead us in the way we should go. Direct our steps, let our ears be inclined to hear your voice, and correct us when we have gone astray. We pray for the gift of discernment to help us know the difference between godly and ungodly intentions. Lord God, help us to be quick to hear and listen, slow to speak and slow to anger. Let the words of our mouths speak your truths, but in simplicity, so that all may understand and benefit by them. May all our words and our actions emanating from this sacred house be in accordance with your righteous will for the betterment of our country. In the mighty name of Jesus we pray and declare these things. Amen.
Amen. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we call the roll of members.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The secretary is directed to call the roll of members.
Roll of members, Honorable Representatives Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Asharon, Akop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adyong, Adbincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biazon, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Rosas, Bulot Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fred, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serapica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chipeco, Co, Coanco, Coliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisólogo, Cua, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, De Pensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Rosa Montalia, Dimaporo Abdullah, Dimaporo Muhammad, Duabit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ebardoni, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Fuentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Garzataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hopper, Halos Hos, Javier, Ho, Konghun, Labad Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lee, Lim Kaishong, Lobregat, Lopez Benhar, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Mapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suharto, Mangudadato Zahid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañaon, Huaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radaza, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relámpagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque Rogelio, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Meri, Abellano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Suansing Estrelita, Suansing Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Tebes, Tianco, Ting, Tinio, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Jatera, Veloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Villarín, Biolago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zárate, Subiri. Mr. Speaker, the roll call shows that 217 members responded to the call.
With 217 members responding to the call, the chair declares a quorum. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, considering that the copy of journal of the previous session has been distributed to the members, I move that we approve journal number 45, dated December 6, 2017. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection to the motion? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed with the reference of business and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of the bills and resolutions since first reading, as well as communications and committee reports. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection to the motion? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read the bills and resolutions on first reading for referral to the appropriate committees.
Reference of business, bills on first reading, House Bill 6753, integrating the life and works of Dr. Jose P. Rizal and other national heroes and enhanced basic education curriculum, Representative Bilaro.
To the Committee on Basic Education.
House Bill number 6755 and 6756, mandating the construction of bridges, Representative Mercado.
To the Committee on Public Works.
House Bill 6757, prohibiting the use of labeled fresh milk in the packaging and sale of pasteurized and processed milk, Representative Villapuerte.
To the Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Bill 6760, further amending Section 27 of PD 1146, Representative Alvarez Pantaleon.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
House Bill 6761, providing for a prescriptive period from which COA may conduct audits, Representative Mercoleta.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
House Bill 6762, creating a barangay to be known as Barangay Lower Dado in Almada, Northern Cotabato, Representative Sakdalan.
To the Committee on Local Government.
House Bill 6763, establishing the National Crop Protection Program, Representative Villaperte.
To the Committee on Agriculture and Food.
Resolutions, House Resolution 1509, congratulating and commending Filipino weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, Representative Romero.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Resolution 1510, urging the House Committees on Transportation and Appropriations to inquire regarding the inclusion of the San Jose Airport project in the 2018 General Appropriations Bill, Representatives Villaperte, Fortuna, and Bordado.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee reports, report number 506 on House Resolution 1521.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report numbers 507 and 508 on House Bill numbers 6769 and 6770.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 509, House Bill number 6772.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 510 on House Resolution 1523.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message from the President. Message dated 8 December 2017 with subject further extension of the proclamation of martial law and suspension of the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus in Mindanao.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize some guests of Representative Ann Hofer. They are the 34 students from St. Scholastico College, Manila, Grade School Department,
Please rise to be recognized.
headed by Sister Regina David, Principal of the Grade School Department of St. Scholastica College, and also Attorney Marlene Macauba Balega, President, and Mr. Michael Suyom, Moderator of the Munting Barangay. So,
Welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, also I would like to recognize guests of Representative Mark Aaron Sambar of Party List PBA. They are Ms. Crisel Amen M.
Please
Kilikaslan,
rise to be recognized.
ICAD President.
Guest of
Mr.
Congressman Sambar.
They are Ms. Crisel Amen M. Kilikaslan, ICAD President. Mr. Said Kaya, ICAD Executive Director, Ms. Bora Aslan, Public Relation Manager, Ms. Sajid Musa, ICAD Board Member, Mr. Salim Sirinolu, Pacific Dialogue President, Mr. Honor Kileskaslan, Fountain International School Director, Elementary, Mr. Arif Yetik, Fountain International Director, High School, and Mrs. Nenita Palmero, Fountain International Principal. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader,
Minute suspension, Mr. Speaker.
session suspended. Session resumed. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider on third reading House Bill and Joint Resolution. For third reading, House Joint Resolution number 18, to instruct the Secretary General to read the House Joint Resolution number 18. So move, Mr. Speaker.
the Secretary General is directed to read House Joint Resolution number 18 for third reading.
And
Please
also, Mr. Speaker, thereafter, we call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Secretary General, you may proceed to call the roll.
House Joint Resolution number 18. Joint resolution authorizing the increase in base pay of military and uniformed personnel of the government and for other purposes. Roll call of members. Consideration House Joint Resolution number 18. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Alejano, what is the pleasure of the gentleman?
My vote is yes with reservation, and I reserve my right to explain my vote later. Thank
Noted.
you.
Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batucabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilia, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Marabida, Brosas, Bulot Bigtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Ganama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Castro France, Casa Pedinil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serafica, Cirilles, Chavez, Chipeco, Co, Coanco, Colliantes, Cortez, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisologo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Dasa, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Los Montalia, Dimaporo Abdullah, Dimaporo Khalid, Duwabit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhayin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Feriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Fentebella, Garbin, Garcia Gwendolyn, Garcia Jose, Garcia Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gachelian, Heron, Guana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Alexandria, Gonzales Aurelio Dong, Gonzales Fernando, Guruseta, Gullias, Hernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halusos, Javier, Ko, Konghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liechon, Lee, Limkaychong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagal-Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suarto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Nunez Malañaon, Guaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Sevillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Shirley, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Mar Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Sarate, Subiri.
Mamaya, after.
Hindi ko na hindi na ako nakatayo.
Yeah, sige. Okay. Pangalawa pala. Dami. Parang meron niya third reading ngayon. Yeah, hindi, okay lang. Sige.
With a vote of affirmative 167, negative 4, abstention 0. House Joint Resolution Number 18 is hereby approved on third reading. The Honorable Alejano is recognized to explain his vote. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speakers. To my colleagues, magandang hapon po. I voted yes for the joint resolution number 18 because I believe that our uniformed personnel in the military deserve the kind of support from Congress. However, I said that I voted with reservation because of the Section 3 of the Joint Resolution 18, which suspends the indexation provision of PD 1638, which means that when you suspend that provision, there will be no corresponding increase to the base pay of our retired personnel. Alam ho natin, ang ating mga retirado po ay matatanda na po at kailangan ho nilang support sa ating gobyerno, sa kanilang serbisyo. Bigyan ho natin sila ng honor sa kanilang serbisyo na na-render po sa ating bansa. Pero ito pong nakaraang EO 231 nung naipatupad noong 2016 ay hindi na po sila kasama. Kaya nga po sana itong House Joint Resolution number 18 ay sinama na po natin sila. Kaya po nagkaroon po ako ng reservation sa pagboto ko po ng yes. And secondly, I hope that the provision in Section 13 which states that the suspension provision would be lifted effectively January 1, 2019 ay mabigyan po ng maliwanag na kasagutan po yan because when I interpolated during the second reading, wala pong maliwanag na sagot dyan na automatic na pong makasama ang ating retirado sa second tranche ng Joint Resolution number 18. And I hope, Mr. Speaker, our dear colleagues, makasama po ang ating mga retirado because they deserve also that kind of support, especially they are now in their twilight years. So maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Representative Casilao is likewise recognized to explain his vote. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Nais pong linawin at irehistro ng kinatawang ito kung bakit bumoto ang kinatawang nito ng no sa Joint House Resolution number 18. Hindi po dahil tutol tayo na mataasan ang sweldo o sahod ng ating mga kapulisan at mga kasundaluhan. Giniit po ng kinatawang ito kasabay ng Makabayan Black na kung kaya naman palang hanapan ng budget ng ating Kongreso na i-increase ang sweldo ng ating mga pulis at sundalo, bakit hindi pa natin hinanap din ng paraan para kasabay ng mga sundalo at pulis ang iba pang mga kawani ng ating pamahalaan. Lahat naman po siguro tayo, Mr. Speaker, sa kasalukuyang panahon ay hindi sapat ang kinikita na sahod ng ating mga kawani ng gobyerno. Hindi lamang po ang mga pulis at sundalo ang kumakaharap sa pagtaas ng mga presyo ng bilihin sa lahat ng mga serbisyo na kinakailangan na magbayad. Pero kung kapag ang dahilan po na kasalukuyang binibigay natin ay nasa isang antas lamang ng ating mga kapulisan at mga kasundaluhan, nararapat din po nating tignan ang kalagayan ng ating mga iba pang kawani ng ating gobyerno. Lahat po tayo naghihirap sa kasalukuyang mga pagtaas ng mga presyo at bilihin. Sapat naman po na igiit natin na kung kayang hanapan ng paraan na mabigyan ng alokasyon ang ating mga kawani ng gobyerno, ay talagang dapat natin gawin. Kaya po nililinaw ng kinatawang ito ang pagboto natin ng no sa resolusyong ito ay hindi dahil tutol tayo. Tayo po ay sumusuporta sa anumang pagtaas ng serbisyo, anumang pagtaas ng sahod ng ating mga kawani ng gobyerno. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Atienza.
Mr. Speaker,
The Honorable Atienza is recognized.
this representation would just like to be clarified. Ano po ba nangyari sa boto? I barely understood the score given by the Secretariat.
For your information, Your Honor, we have an affirmative vote of 167, negative 4, and abstention 0. That's the
How
vote.
many negative, Mr. Speaker?
4,
4.
Your Honor.
So therefore, 171 voted.
Yes, Your Honor.
No abstention.
No abstention.
Because about 10 minutes ago, we had a roll call. And 217 responded to the call. Malaking diferensya po yung 217 and 171.
That is the physical count
That's
of
46
Secretary.
votes may not have been counted. So I'm just putting on record, it is possible those who responded to the roll call in an instant also stepped out and they did not vote. Would that be the official reason, Mr. Secretary?
It's possible, Your Honor, that they probably went out, cool of nature.
We're ready
Majority
to-
Leader will respond also to your query.
Mr. Speaker, Your Honor, in response to the query of our honorable colleague, Congressman Atienza, authority has been granted to the following committees to conduct their hearings even during this session. And the impeachment hearing is still ongoing, so the Committee on Justice members who are present there are considered present, but they are not counted in the voting. Likewise, with the extended meeting of the Committee on Constitutional Amendments, the members present there are part of the attendance, but they are not included in voting as they are in the committee. Likewise, the BICAM Conference Committee on Mental Health is still ongoing, and also the BICAM for the Tax Reform Acceleration and Inclusion Act, which explains the difference between those who voted and those who are considered present, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor
I
Leader.
hope the gentleman is
we
satisfied.
are ready to accept that official answer to our query. And we are also ready to accept the fact that it is possible that those who answered the call earlier may have decided to answer the call of nature, as you have said. We're ready to accept that too. But I want it officially said, only 167 voted for the affirmative and 4 negative, making it a 171 total number of those who participated in that voting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration on third reading House Bill 6604. May I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bills and resolutions and thereafter call the nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and call the roll for third reading, House Bill number 6604.
House Bill number 6604, an act regulating the rates of political propaganda on television, radio, and print during an electoral campaign period, amending for the purpose Section 11 of Public Act number 9006, otherwise known as the Fair Election Act. Roll call of members. Consideration House Bill number 6604. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Costa Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batucabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maravida, Brosas, Bulot Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Pedenil, Tatamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serapica, Cirilles, Chavez, Chipeco, Cuanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Coselan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Los Montaña, Dimaporo Abdullah, Dimaporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Evardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, Garcia Gwendolyn, Garcia Jose, Garcia Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gachelian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Alexandria, Gonzales Arroyo, Gonzales Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernandez, Heradi, Hofer, Halosos, Javier, Conjun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Liachon, Limcaychong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalarroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangododato Suarto, Mangododato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Maliñaon, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Rawapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque Hari, Roque Sakdalan, Sagarbari, Roque Rogelio, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Savillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tamunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Journey, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Vilago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Mar Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With a vote of affirmative, 185, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6604 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, a minute suspension.
Session suspended for a minute.
Third reading.
Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading, House Bill 3222. And may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bills and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill number 3222, an act establishing a national vision screening program for kindergarten pupils and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members. Consideration House Bill number 3222. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maravida, Brosas, Bulut Bigtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixturbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fedenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chávez, Chipeco, Cuanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Los Montalia, de Maporo Abdullah, de Maporo Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gachelian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Gomark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio Dong, González Fernando, Gorzeta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hofer, Halosos, Javier, Conjun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lee, Limcaychong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapaglaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangododato Suarto, Mangododato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Maliñaon, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Rovapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Sevillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez y Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Talentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Marcamen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With an affirmative vote of 187, negative vote 0, abstention 0. House Bill number 322 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading, House Bill 6714. And may I request the Secretary General to be directed to read the title of the bills and resolutions and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and to call the roll for nominal voting on House Bill number 6714.
House Bill number 6714, an act regulating the practice of food technology in the Philippines, creating for the purpose the Board of Food Technology and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members, consideration, House Bill number 6714. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agarao, Agabao, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maravida, Brosas, Bulot Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixtrobiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Casa Franz, Casa Pedenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serapica, Cerilles, Chavez, Chipeco, Co, Cuanco, Collantes, Cortés, Fortuna, Cosalan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Los Montalia, Dimaporo Abdullah, Dimaporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhayin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García Jose, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gazataya, Gachalian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Gomark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio Dong, González Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hofer, Halosos, Javier, Co, Conjun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasetin, Liachon, Li, Limcaychong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapaglaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudodato Suarto, Mangudodato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañaon, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Pandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Savillanos, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing, Slita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Shirley, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Yulago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Mar Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With an affirmative vote of 189, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6714 is approved on third reading.
Mr. Chair.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize Representative Carlos Isagani Zarate of Bayan Muna Party List.
The Honorable Zarate is recognized.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Speaker. Isang maiksing manifestasyon lang po. Dahil kanina nung magkabutuhan sa House Joint Resolution number 18, ako po ay nasa meeting pa ng good government at gusto ko lang po mag-manifest na ako po ay tumututol sa House Joint Resolution number
You may proceed.
18 at ang boto ko po sa panukalang yan ay no. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for consideration on third reading House Bill 6702. And may I request the Secretary General to be directed to read the title of the bills and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting. So move, Mr. Speaker.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and proceed to the roll call voting.
House Bill 6702, an act regulating the importation, manufacture, distribution, and sale of children's product containing hazardous chemicals and providing penalties for violation thereof. Roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6702. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abo, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Agdipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabi, Bautista Bandigan, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulot Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casila, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Serapica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cusalan, Crisólogo, Cua, Coresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datul, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor, del Mar, de Rosario, de los Montalia, de Mapora, Abdullah, de Mapora, Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Enverga, Irice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhangin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ebardone, Pariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Marie, Ferrer, Luis, Ferriol, Ploirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Puentevella, Garbin, Garcia Gwendolyn, Garcia Jose Enrique, Garcia Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatsalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Alexandria, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Fernando, Goroseta, Gullias, Fernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halosos, Javier, Co, Kunghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lee, Limcaychon, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagabal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga Dudato Suharto, mga Dudato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Noñez Malañan, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicias, Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sajales, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Meri, Sabeliano, Sema, Xiao, Selverios, Singson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, T, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaferte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Violago, Yap Artur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu Divina, Zamora Carmen, Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With an affirmative vote of 189, a negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill 6702 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6707, and may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and call the roll of members.
House Bill 6707, an extending for another 25 years the franchise granted to Raven Broadcasting Corporation under Republic Act Number 8084, entitled An Act Granting Raven Broadcasting Corporation a franchise to construct, maintain, and operate radio and television broadcasting station within the zone and other areas in the Philippines where frequencies and/or channels are still available for radio and television broadcasting. Roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6707. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abo, Abueg, Atcharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Agdipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barzaga, Batawil, Batocabi, Bautista Bandigan, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulut, Bectag, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predenil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Serafica, Cerillas, Chavez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortes, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisólogo, Cua, Curesma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario de los Montalia, Dimapor Abdullah, Dimapor Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Durano, D, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Erigel, Enveta Buhangin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Pariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Ferrer Luis, Ferrer, Periol, Floerendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Gasin Sharon, Gazataya, Gatsayal, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández, Herrera-D, Hofer, a los Jos, Javier, Co, Junjun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagmal, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Lechon, Lee, Limcaychong, Lubrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Makapag-Alaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato, Suharto, Mangudadato, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marcos, Martinez, Matugas, Villane, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañan, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Permisias, Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Pagos, Revilla, Roapuna, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roques, Akdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahari, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Meri, Savillano, Sema, Siao, Silverio, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Silvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Shernin, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Oy Rolando, Oy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villaferte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Biolago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With an affirmative vote of 190, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6707 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6708. And may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and call the roll for third reading. House Bill number 6708.
House Bill 6708, an act extending for another 25 years the franchise granted to Advanced Media Broadcasting System Incorporated under Republic Act Number 8061 entitled an act granting the Advanced Media Broadcasting System Incorporated a franchise to construct, install, operate, and maintain radio and television broadcasting stations in the Philippines. Roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6708. Abaya, Abayon, Abilianosa, Abo, Abueg, Atcharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Agdipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Abison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barzaga, Batawil, Batocabi, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Antoni, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Buludbectan, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predenil, Catampo, Caetano, Celeste, Serapica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chipeco, Joco, Juanco, Colliantes, Cortes, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisoldo, Cua, Cuaresma, Cua, Dalipid, Datol, Daza, de Jesús de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor, del Mar, de Rosario, de Loso Montalia, Dimapor Abdullah, Dimapor Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhagin, Escudero, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Pariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Ferrer Luis, Ferrer, Abigail, Florendo, Antonio, Flores, Florencio, Fortuna, Puentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Goana, Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandrias, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Grosetea, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera D. Hofer, Halos Hos, Javier, Co, Conjun, Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liatson, Lee, Lincaychong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudato Suharto, Mangudato Sajid, Marculeta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañan, Aminalo, Campo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Princesa, Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sagdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahares, Salceda, Selimbao, Gonzalo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Rectos, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Meri, Sabillano, Sema, Siao, Silverio, Simpson, Swansing, Estrelleta, Swansing, Horacio, Suarez, y Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherni, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Unga, Único, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barrieta, Vargas Alfonso, Bilarde, Velasco Catera, Vilosa, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villarraza Suárez, Villarrica, Villarien, Violago, Yap Artur, Yap Milesio, Yap Víctor, Yu, Zamora María Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With an affirmative vote of 190, negative 0, abstention 0. House Bill number 6708 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6585, and may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
the Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and to call the roll for third reading.
House Bill number 6585, an act declaring Barangay Tala in the municipality of Orani, province of Bataan as ecotourism zone, appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members, consideration House Bill number 6585. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabao, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Umitado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Merabida, Brosas, Bulot Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixturbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Caso France, Caso Fedenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chávez, Chipeco, Coanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, Defensor, Del Mar, Del Rosario, De Loso Montalia, De Maporo Abdullah, De Maporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buay, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Pariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floredo, Flores, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio Dong, González Fernando, Guriseta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera, Hofer, Halosos, Xavier, Conghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasitin, Liachon, Lim Kaichong, Lubrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawag, Magdadato Suarto, Magdadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Minding, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Maleñaon, Maminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Pangariban, Panotes, Opandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Relámpagos, Revilla, Rawapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Sevillano, Semas, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Alvarado, Tambuting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Mar Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With an affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6585 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6602, and may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and call the roll for third reading.
House Bill number 6602, an act separating the Heracleo Casco National High School Annex in Barangay San Isidro, Municipality of Santa Maria, Province of Davao Occidental from the Heracleo Casco National High School, converting it into an independent national high school to be known as Pedro Mariscal National High School, appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members. Consideration House Bill number 6602. Abaya, Abayan, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Ako, Pacosta, Costa Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angar Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabi, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciana, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Marabida, Brosas, Bulot Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilaw, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fredenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chavez, Chipeco, Coanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, De Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, de Maporo Abdullah, de Maporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, Di, El Lago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buay, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Gary Richard, Gary Sharon, Gasataya, Gachalian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Dom, González Fernando, Goreceta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hofer, Halasos, Xavier, Co, Conjun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lim Caichong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benu, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Mapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Magudodato Suarto, Magudodato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Miliana, Minding, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Maleñaon, Maminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Relámpagos, Revilla, Robapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sacdalan, Sacarbaría, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Rectos, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar, Savillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suárez, Alvarado, Temuting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Beretta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suárez, Villarrica, Villarín, Yulago, Yap Arto, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Marcarmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6602 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6603, and may request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of Bill number 6603 and call the roll for third reading.
House Bill number 6603, an act separating the Calbay National High School Annex in Barangay Sugal, Municipality of Jose Abad Santos, Province of Davao Occidental from the Calbay National High School, converting it into an independent national high school to be known as Emiliano S. Fontanares Senior National High School and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members, consideration House Bill number 6603. Abaya, Abayan, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Ako, Pacosta, Costa Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Marabida, Brosas, Bulot Bictang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Casa Franz, Casa Fedenil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chávez, Chipeco, Coanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Pisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor, del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, de Moporo Dula, de Moporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Guana Cristina, Go Mark, Gómez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Abeludong, González Fernando, Graceta, Gullias, Hernández, Herreradi, Hofer, Halesos, Xavier, Coconjun, Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lilim, Gaichong, Lobregat, Lopez Beno, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Magdadato Suarto, Magdadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martínez, Matugas, Meliana, Minding, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañao, Nominal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Elampagos, Revilla, Rawapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Savillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Cerita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Alvarado, Tamuting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Oy Juliet, Orlando, Ibareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Marcarmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6603 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6681, and may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Secretary General is directed to read the title of Bill number 6681 and call the roll for third reading.
House Bill number 6681, an act declaring the Porta Vega Beach and shorelines sa barangays T.R. Yangkok, Kadulan, and Visoria, all located in the municipality of Dimasalang, province of Masbate, an ecotourism site, establishing the Porta Vega Ecotourism Council, appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members, consideration House Bill number 6681. Abaya, Abaya na Bellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Ako, Pacosta, Costa Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Marabida, Brosas, Bulot Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Casa Franz, Casa Fedenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cirilles, Chávez, Chipeco, Cuaco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalán, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, de Maporo Dula, de Maporo Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Goan Cristina, Go Mark, Gómez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, Gonzales Aurelio Dom, Gonzales Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halasos, Xavier, Co Conghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lilim Caichong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlos, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Mapaglaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suarto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañao, Maminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Pimicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Rodasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relámpago, Sevilla, Raopuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Sevillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tambuting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Mar Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6681 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6682, and may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill and call the roll.
House Bill 6682, an act declaring the Limihong Channel located in the municipality of Lingayen, province of Pangasinan, a tourist spot and appropriating funds. Therefore, roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6682. Abaya, Abayon, Abillanosa, Abo, Abuega, Charon, Ako, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adyong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Agdipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Amentado, Bagaw, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawel, Batocabi, Bautista, Bandigan, Bilaraw, Belmonte Pilesiano, Belmonte, Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Piason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Buludbigtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Predenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Sirapica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chipeco, Coco, Huanco, Coliantes, Cortes, Cortuna, Coselan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Curesma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de Los Montalia, de Maporo Abdullah, de Maporo Mohamed Khalid, Duabet, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Erguel, Ermita Buhayin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Pariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Ferrer Luis, Periol, Floyorendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Pentavella, Garbin, Garcia, Gwendolyn, Garcia, Jose Enrique, Garcia Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatsalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, Gonzales Alexandria, Gonzales Aurelio, Gonzales Fernando, Rosetta, Gulias, Hernández, Herrera D, Jofe, Halos Hos, Javier, Co, Conjun, Labadlaban, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lee, Limpaychong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suharto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Noños Malañan, Waminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primisea Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahari, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Mary, Sabillano, Sema, Siao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Gorazo, Suarez, si Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Cherny, Tijada, Tevez, Chanco, Ting, Tino, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Cotera, Viloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villaraz, Suárez, Villarica, Villaren, Yulago, Yap Arthur, Yap Pilesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6682 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6683, and may request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill, House Bill number 6683, and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill 6683, an act declaring the province of La Union a tourist destination and the surfing capital of the North, providing for its development and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6683. Abaya, Abayon, Abilianosa, Abo, Agbueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bakatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Bazaga, Batawel, Batocabi, Bautista Bandigan, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Budut Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Serapica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortes, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisolodo, Cuba, Cuarespa, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimapor Abdullah, Dimapor Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Dorano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhangin, Buhayin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Marie, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Fuentevilla, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Go, Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Gorosete, Gullias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hofer, Halosos, Javier, Co, Conjun, Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lee, Limcaychon, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga dudato sa Soharto, mga dudato sa Jeep, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Villana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañao, Nuaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Permisias Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Lampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahales, Salceda, Salimbang, Gonzalo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Mary, Sabillano, Sema, Siao, Silverio, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, si Alvarado, tan Bunting, tan Angelina, tan Milagrosa, tan Sherny, Tijada, Tebes, Chancor, Ting, Tino, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, T, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Oy Juliet, Oy Rolando, Oy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Vilosa, Vergara, Villaferte, Villanueva, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0. House Bill number 6683 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6711, and may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Secretary General is directed to read the title of the bill 6683 and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill 6711, upgrading the Dr. Paulina J. Garcia Memorial Research and Medical Center Extension Hospital in the municipality of Talavera, province of Nueva Ecija, to a level 2 hospital and increasing its bed capacity from 50 to 100 beds to be known as the Talavera General Hospital, and appropriating funds therefore. House roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6711. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abo, Abuega, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Alba, Adjong, Albingula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Agdipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atkenza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barber, Barzaga, Batawel, Batocabi, Bautista, Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Veron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulutbek, Tancagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Ciriles, Chávez, Cepeco, Coco, Juanco, Coliantes, Cortes, Cortuna, Coselán, Crisólogo, Cua, Cuaresma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesús, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimapor Abdullah, Dimapor Muhammad Khalid, Doabet, Dorana, T, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhagin, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Pariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Ferrer Luis, Periol, Ploirendo, Flores, Portuno, Pentevilla, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelio, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hofer, Halasos, Javier, Co, Conjun, Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Liachon, Lee, Kilimkaichon, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, mga dadato sa Huarto, mga dadato sa Jid, Marculeta, Marcos Mariño, Marquez Martinez, Matugas, Villana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirazon, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Malañao, Nuaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Falma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Premisia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Maximo, Roman Romero, Romualdo Roque, Sakdalan Sagarbaria, Sahale, Salceda, Salimba Gonzalo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Mere, Sabillano Sema, Seau Silveros, Simpson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio Suarez, si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tihada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tinio, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Yulago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Samura Maria Carmen, Samura Ronaldo, Sarati, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6711 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6740, and my request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of Bill number 6740 and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill number 6740, upgrading the Labuan Public Hospital in Zamboanga City into a level 2 hospital to be known as the Labuan General Hospital, increasing its bed capacity for general care services to 100 and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members. Consideration House Bill number 6740. Abaya, Abaya na Bellanosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbizon, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batucabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciana, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Marabida, Brosas, Bulot Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calix Sorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Caso Franz, Caso Fedenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chávez, Chepeco, Coaco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Quetzólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, de Rosario, de Los Montalia, de Maporo Dula, de Maporo Khalid, Duavit, Durano, Di, Elago, Inverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buhay, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Verdone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Froirendo, Flores, Fortuno, Petebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Gary Richard, Gary Sharon, Gasataya, Gachalian, Heron, Goana Cristina, Gomar, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Arroyo Don, González Fernando, Griseta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrerdi, Hofer, Halaso, Xavier, Conjun, Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasetin, Liachon, Lim Gaichong, Labrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangodadato Suarto, Mangodadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Meliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Novel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez, Maliñao, Maminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Upandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Rodasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Elampagos, Sevilla, Robopuno, Robes, Rocomora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar, Savillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Esirita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez y Alvarado, Tambuting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupasti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Orlando, Uy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarte, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yaparto, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Marcarmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With a vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6740 is hereby approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6742, and may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Secretary General is directed to read the title of Bill number 6742 and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill 6742, an act increasing the bed capacity of the Zamboanga City Medical Center in Zamboanga City from 500 to 800 beds and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose of Republic Act number 7272 as amended, entitled, an act converting the Zamboanga Regional Hospital in Zamboanga City into Zamboanga City Medical Center and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6742. Abaya, Abayon, Abilianosa, Abo, Abueg, Atcharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advinculo, Agaraw, Agabaw, Agdipay, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angar, Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Abison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barzaga, Batawel, Batucabi, Bautista, Bandigan, Vilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Beron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo Antoni, Bravo Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulut Bectang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilo, Castelo, Castro, Franz, Castro, Predenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Serapica, Cerides, Chavez, Chepeco, Coco, Juanco, Juliantes, Cortés, Fortuna, Cosalán, Crisoldo, Cuba, Quaresma, Cueva, Delipia, Datul, Daza, de Jesus de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, de Mapor Abdullah, de Mapor Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita, Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Evardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Periol, Floirenda, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Fuentevilla, Garbin, García, Gwendolyn, García, José Enrique, García Albano, Garin, Oscar, Garin Sharon, Gasatay, Gatchalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González, Alexandria, González, Aurelia, González, Fernando, Goroseda, Gulias, Hernández, Herreradi, Hofer, Alasos, Javier, Co, Conjun, Labad, Labad, Laxon, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatil, Liachon, Lee, Lincaychon, Lobregat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Caro, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawa, Mangudadato, Soarto, Mangudadato, Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez, Malañao, Aminal, Ocampo, Olivares, On Edwin, On Henry, Ortegas Pable, Ortegas Bininola, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Peneta, Plaza, Permisia, Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Rua Puno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahale, Salceta, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar Meri, Savillano, Sema, Siao, Silverio, Sinson, Swansing Estrelleta, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, si Alvarado, Tambunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherni, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Oy Rolando, Oy Barreta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Viloso, Vergara, Villapuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Pio Lago, Yap Artur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora, Maria Carmen, Zamora, Ronaldo, Sarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0. House Bill number 6742 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6715, and may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
The Secretary General is directed to read the title of Bill number 6715 and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill number 6715, an act separating the Southern Philippines Agriculture, Business, Marine, and Aquatic School of Technology, Digos City Campus in the city of Digos, Davao del Sur, from the SPAMAS in the municipality of Malita, Davao Occidental, and converting it into a state college to be known as the Davao del Sur State College, and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members. Consideration House Bill number 6715. Abad, Abaya, Abayon, Abilianosa, Abu, Abueg, Acharon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Aglipay Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino, Antonio, Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones, Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagaw, Bagaching, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabe, Bautista Bandigan, Belaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertiz, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bundok, Bordado, Bravo Anthony, Bravo Maravida, Brosas, Bulot Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixorbiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro France, Castro Pedenil, Catamco, Cayetano, Celeste, Seráfica, Cerilles, Chavez, Chipeco, Cuanco, Collantes, Cortés, Cortuna, Cosalan, Crisólogo, Cuba, Cuaresma, Cueva, Dalipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor, del Mar, del Rosario, de Losa Montaña, de Porro Dula, de Porro Calid, Duavit, Durano, Di, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Eriguel, Ermita Buay, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Bardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Florendo, Flores, Fortuno, Pentebella, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José, García Albano, Garin Richard, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchayan, Heron, Goana Cristina, Gomark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Alier Dong, González Fernando, Goriseta, Gullias, Hernández, Herrerdi, Hofer, Halosos, Xavier, Co, Conghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lasatin, Liachon, Lilim, Caichong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benur, Lopez Carlo, Lopez Manuel, Loyola, Macapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangododato Suarto, Mangododato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Minding, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Carlo, Nolasco, Núñez Maliñaon, Maminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Vini, Pacquiao, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicia Sagabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramiresato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Rawapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodriguez Isidro, Rodriguez Máximo, Roman, Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo, Roque, Sacdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahali, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Salon, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento Cesar, Sarmiento Edgar, Sevillano, Sema, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Swansing Estelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez, Alvarado, Tambunting, Tanangelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Shirley, Tejada, Teves, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Talentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Unico, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Veloso, Vergara, Villaperte, Villanueva, Villarasa, Suarez, Villarica, Villarin, Villago, Yap Arthur, Yap Melesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Marcamen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6715 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third reading of House Bill number 6741, and may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Secretary General is directed to read the title of Bill number 6741 and call the roll for nominal voting.
House Bill 6741, an act converting the Zamboanga City State Polytechnic College into a state university to be known as the Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University and appropriating funds therefor. Roll call of members for consideration of House Bill 6741. Abaya, Abayon, Abellanosa, Abu, Abuega, Charon, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Agabaw, Agdipoy, Villar, Albano, Alcala, Alejano, Almario, Almonte, Alonte, Alvarez France, Alvarez Mercedes, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante, Amatong, Andaya, Angara Castillo, Antonino Antonio Aquino Magsaysay, Aragones Arbison, Arcillas, Arenas, Atienza, Aumentado, Bagao, Bagatsing, Bagilat, Banal, Barbers, Barsaga, Batawil, Batocabi, Bautista Bandigan, Bilaro, Belmonte Feliciano, Belmonte Jose Christopher, Belmonte Ricardo, Benitez, Bernos, Bertis, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondoc, Bordado, Bravo, Anthony, Bravo, Maria Vida, Brosas, Bulut, Begtang, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto Rubiano, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Cari, Casilao, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predinil, Catamco, Caetano, Celester, Chirapica, Ceriles, Chavez, Chipeco, Cojo, Juanco, Colliantes, Cortes, Cortuna, Cusalan, Crisoldugo, Cua, Coresma, Cueva, Delipe, Datol, Daza, de Jesus, de Venecia, de Vera, Defensor del Mar, del Rosario, de los Montalia, Dimapor Abdullah, Dimaporo Muhammad Khalid, Duabet, Durano, Di, Ilago, Inverga, Irice, Irigel, Ermita Buhay, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Eusebio, Ibardone, Fariñas, Fernando, Ferrer, Juliet Marie, Ferrer Luis, Ferriol, Floerendo, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Fendevilla, Garbin, García Gwendolyn, García José Enrique, García Albano, Garin Oscar, Gasin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Heron, Go Ana Cristina, Go Mark, Gomez, Gonzaga, González Alexandria, González Aurelia, González Fernando, Goroseta, Gulias, Hernández, Herrera D, Hopper, Halosos, Javier, Ko, Konghun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lagman, Lanete, Laugan, Lesatin, Liachon, Lee, Lincaichong, Lobrigat, Lopez Benhur, Lopez Caro, Lopez Manuel Luis, Loyola, Makapagalaroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Manalo, Mangawang, Mangudadato Suharto, Mangudadato Sajid, Marcoleta, Marcos, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matugas, Miliana, Mending, Mendoza, Mercado, Mirasol, Montoro, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles, Jericho, Nograles, Carlos, Nolasco, Núñez, Malaña, Noaminal, Ocampo, Olivares, Ong Edwin, Ong Henry, Ortega Pablo, Ortega Bininola, Pacquiao, Patuano, Palma, Pancho, Panganiban, Panotes, Papandayan, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Primicias Agabas, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Ramos, Relampagos, Revilla, Roapuno, Robes, Rocamora, Rodríguez Isidro, Rodríguez Máximo, Román Romero, Romualdez, Romualdo Rojas, Akdalan, Sagarbaria, Sahari, Salceda, Sinimbangon, Salo, Salón, Sambar, Sandoval, Santos Recto, Sarmiento César, Sarmiento Edgar Mary, Sabillano, Sema, Siao Silverio, Sinson, Swansing Estrellita, Swansing Horacio Suarez, Si Alvarado, Tan Bunting, Tan Angelina, Tan Milagrosa, Tan Sherni, Tijada, Tebes, Chanco, Ting, Tiño, Tolentino, Treñas, Tugna, Tupas, Ti, Umali, Unabia, Ungab, Único, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Uy Bareta, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Vilarde, Velasco, Velasco Catera, Vilosa, Vergara, Villafuerte, Villanueva, Villarasa Suárez, Villarica, Villarín, Violago, Yap Arthur, Yap Milesio, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Maria Carmen, Zamora Ronaldo, Zarate, Subiri.
With affirmative vote of 192, negative 0, abstention 0, House Bill number 6741 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we transmit to the Senate the bills that we have approved on third reading. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there an objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 4636 entitled An Act Granting the Iloilo Baptist Church Incorporated a franchise to construct, install, establish, operate, and maintain radio and television broadcasting stations in the Philippines. In accordance with the rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5063 entitled An Act Granting the Pangasinan Gulf Waves Network Corporation a franchise to construct, install, establish, operate, and maintain radio and television broadcasting stations throughout the Philippines. In accordance with the rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5064 entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the Franchise Granted to Subic Broadcasting Corporation. In accordance with the rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5175 entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the Franchise Granted to Beta Broadcasting System Incorporated. In accordance with the rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5176 entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the Franchise Granted to Saraga Integrated and Management Corporation. In accordance with the rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there an objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5177, entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the Franchise Granted to Infocom Communications Network Incorporated, presently known as Now Telecom Company Incorporated. In accordance with the rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5211, entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the Franchise Granted to Gateway UHF Television Broadcasting Incorporated, presently known as Gateway Television Broadcasting Incorporated, and doing business under the name and style of Hope Channel Philippines. In accordance with our rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there an objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of the Bicameral Conference Committee report on the disagreeing votes on House Bill number 5212, entitled An Act Renewing for Another 25 Years the Franchise Granted to Filipinas Broadcasting Association Incorporated, presently known as Word Broadcasting Corporation. In accordance with our rules, I move that we ratify the said Bicameral Conference Committee report.
Is there an objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, today being a Monday and pursuant to our rules, I move that we open the privilege hour.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that we recognize the Honorable Representative from the 3rd District of Negros Oriental, the Honorable Arnulfo A. Teves Jr. for his privileged speech.
The Honorable Teves is recognized to make his privileged speech.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, everybody. I stand here again today to speak on enforcement. Araw-araw na lang tayong lahat nakikita ang paglabag ng batas sa EDSA at sa ibang daan sa Metro Manila. I cannot comprehend why these violations continue right before our very eyes at walang nangyayari. Araw-araw na lang. Araw-araw may bus na lumalabas sa bus lane, may jeep na nagbababa ng pasahero sa hindi naman dapat babaan, may bus na may mga jeep na kumukuha ng pasahero sa hindi naman dapat nila pagkuna ng pasahero. Ang masakit pa dito, sometimes I see violations being done right in front of the enforcers at wala silang ginagawa. Yung land bank, yung land bank sa may circle, Hindi naman pwede magbaba ng pasahero at kumuha ng pasahero dyan, di ba? May enforcer dyan. Araw-araw na lang nangyayari yan. Sa Commonwealth, merong hintayan ng pasahero, pero ang mga jeep kumukuha ng pasahero sa hindi dapat kunan at pagbabaan ng pasahero. Question is, bakit nangyayari araw-araw may enforcer naman? These enforcers are paid by the government. Ang tanong ko ngayon, kung hindi ma-enforce ng enforcer ang batas, hindi ma-execute ng executive ang batas, sino ang dapat tanungin? Who is now responsible? Dahil kung gano'n na lang parate, wag na tayo gumawa ng batas sa Kongreso. Ang dami-dami nating ginagawang batas, wala namang nangyayari dahil hindi naman pinapatupad. Ang daming illegal vendors dyan sa may Guadalupe, ilang taon na yan. Hanggang ngayon, walang nangyayari. And I see MMDA enforcers standing right beside illegal vendors. Don't these enforcers know that those vendors are there illegally? Bakit wala silang ginagawa? At isa pa, dapat tayo sa Kongreso magsalita. Dahil alam ko halos lahat tayo dumadaan sa EDSA, halos lahat tayo araw-araw nakakakita ng violation. But again, we're also guilty because I haven't heard so many speak about it. Ibig ko sabihin, kailangan natin pukpukin itong mga walang ginagawa na dapat may ginagawa. And let's not only hit on MMDA or the enforcers of EDSA. Because halos lahat ng side street sa Metro Manila may illegal parking. Eh bakit walang ginagawa yung mga nangangasiwa dito? Matanod man, mabarangay captain man, mamayor man. Again, these are violations of the law. And we allow it to happen every day. Araw-araw na lang. Ang dami nating sinasabing solusyon sa trapiko. But no matter if we make 1 million laws, 1 million new regulations, kung hindi natin mapatupad yung batas, again, walang mangyayari. Sana lang marinig ng Presidente yung sinasabi ko at pukpukin lahat simula bukas na wala na tayong makitang violations. Gusto ko sana, anyway, after this, I'll write a resolution na ipatawag natin dito sa Kongreso yung mga nagpapabaya sa kanilang trabaho, no? Hindi lang enforcers, tingin ko pati mga kapitan, mga tanod at mga mayor are also guilty in their own respective jurisdictions because again, there are really very blatant violations of not only traffic rules, even laws by constructing illegal structures at wala tayong ginagawa. Diyan lang sa may PIDEA, araw-araw may illegal parking dyan. Papunta sa SM North, parating may mga nakaparada dyan na hindi dapat. Bakit walang nagagawa ang pulis? Walang nagagawa ang tanod? Walang nagagawa ang MMDA? Walang nagagawa ang sino mang dapat may ginawa? Sana lang mapakinggan yung sinabi ko at magawa ng paraan. Maraming salamat po and good afternoon everybody.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the gentleman from Buhay Party List, Representative Vito Atienza, for his interpellation.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader.
You may proceed, Honorable Lam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With the kind permission of the gentleman,
Anytime, sir.
we would like to support his call by way of stressing it further. Ang tanong po ng ating kasama, ano ang dahilan, bakit ganito ang nangyayari sa traffic condition? Ang sagot po ay malinaw eh. Yung mga tanong ay tama dahil ito nakikita natin. Ang sagot, kung hinahanap pa niya, Isasabihin ko po ang sagot. Corruption. Corruption in our streets. Corruption in the enforcement. Corruption in the local government units. Corruption in the provincial and metropolitan area. Ako po'y galing lamang sa Quezon, Laguna, Pampanga over the weekend. Yung nangyayari po rito sa Maynila, Metro Manila, ganoon na rin po ang sitwasyon sa Laguna, Quezon, Pampanga. The government keeps on expanding our highways. We have brand new highways, in fact. Maharlika Highway is one such example. Pero katulad po ng Metro Manila, yung napupuna po ng ating kasama, Congressman Teves, ay nangyayari na rin po sa probinsya. Yung bagong-bagong highway, may nakaparada po mga bus, trailer, delivery trucks, and other vehicles on both sides. Both sides. Kaya hindi po nagagamit yung bagong highway. Yung nakikita po natin sa Metro Manila ay nahawa na ang probinsya. We will soon be choking. And our economy, national economy, will definitely collapse if traffic is not attended to. Di po ba kapuna-puna, Ginoong Teves, na yung mga bus na illegal, hindi nyo nabanggit mga kolorum, provincial buses, ay bumabiyahe sa EDSA. Hindi po sila dapat bumabiyahe ron They should not even be there. Do you notice that?
Yes, exactly. Kailan lang tinawag ko sa tao ni Sir Danny Lim na bakit, may pinicturean ko nga, bakit may bus dumadaan doon sa, hindi nila dapat, may nakalagay doon, hindi pwede dumaan yung bus. The buses were passing there, and I saw enforcers standing right next to where the buses were passing, at wala silang ginagawa. So, hindi ko maintindihan bakit nangyayari, at bakit sinisweldohan pa natin itong mga tao na to.
Mr. Speaker, the call of Congressman Teves is of utmost importance. In fact, it's critically important. Unless we address these problems of corruption in the enforcement sector, our nation will not get anywhere. Wala po tayong pupuntahan kapag hindi natin talaga tinumbok ang problema ng korupsyon sa ating mga lansangan. The gentleman mentioned that side streets in Metro Manila are almost impossible or impassable. They say use the side streets, but you cannot use the side streets because they're clogged with illegal vendors, illegally parked vehicles, and unfinished projects of the government. Binubungkal po yung mga kali, paano ka dadaan? And they don't even have a system, Mr. Speaker. They just dig up and excavate the street, put a signboard, this road is going to be improved, but it may take 2 to 3 years before you can even pass that road. So the problem is growing every day. The call of the gentleman is very timely. We must speak up. Magsalita tayo, sapagkat kung hindi po, wala na pong silbi itong ating Kongreso. Sapagkat itong problema ng traffic ay hindi po ito lokal. National po ito. The national economy is suffering because of the traffic congestion in Metro Manila. And the situations pointed out by the gentleman are all accurate. Hindi po naman gawa-gawa yan, Hindi po ba? Did you make up all of these allegations, Mrs.
Alam mo, yung sinabi ko, tingin ko, walang congressman na hindi nakakakita ng sinasabi ko. Halos lahat tayo, we see at least one traffic violation every day. And what I'm trying to drive at, ang nakikita natin, hindi na-apprehend. Okay lang sana kung makakita ka ng violation na hinuli naman. Nakikita natin, wala namang ginagawa yung enforcer. Yung nakaparada lang sa side street, siguro ilang taon na nakaparada yon. Bakit hindi hinuhuli?
Tama yung pagpuna po ng ating kongresista. Ang mga illegally parked vehicles in the side streets are already on top of used tires, blocks of wood, blocks of stone, not moving. But the government is not doing anything to remove them from all of these very limited roads that are critical for movement in Metro Manila. He said he mentioned it to General Lim. I personally also mentioned all of this to Chairman Lim. Outside of Congress, in Congress, during the budget hearings, I told him, the way you are handling the traffic situation, Mr. Chairman, you're bound to fail. Sayang naman. You are known disciplinarian, a military man at that. Pag hindi mo naman na-disiplina ang traffic sector, wala naman po sigurong maniniwala na sa iyo. Isa na ako. Sasabihin ko sa sarili ko, nagbibiro ka lang yata eh. And whatever I've heard about you may not be true. I challenge him with those statements. But did he react? Meron po bang pagbabago? Wala. Kaya naintindihan ko po ang damdamin nyo. Sapagkat punong-puno na rin kayo, hindi po ba?
Sa totoo lang, sa Commonwealth na lang, tingin ko halos lahat tayo dumadaan sa Commonwealth. Punain nyo, simula mamaya pag uwi natin, kung ilang jeep ang tumitigil, nagbababa at nagsasakay ng pasahero sa hindi naman dapat. Ang daming ang daming jeepney stop dyan, ang lalaki pa. But a lot of the passengers ride on the street and get down on the street where there should not, on the lanes where they should not be. Ang masama doon, may enforcer na nakatayo, walang ginagawa. Hindi ko alam kung MMDA yon or ano. Anyway, I have pictures to support them.
Pareho po tayo, Mr. Speaker. Ako'y kuha rin ako ng photographs. Para meron tayong prueba, para hindi masasabi ni General Lim, yan hindi totoo yan, sapagkat hindi nangyayari yan. And you mentioned Commonwealth Avenue. That's the principal artery coming from the seat of the Philippine lawmaking body, Congress. Pinakabisi po yan. Tumatawid hanggang dun sa Quezon Ave. Yun lamang paggamit ng traffic lights. It's beyond my comprehension and appreciation to see the traffic light giving the Commonwealth traffic flow 32 seconds and giving an intersection which is called Agham Street 180 seconds. Gumagamit ba ng ulo ito mga nagpaplano ng traffic natin? Commonwealth Avenue, where all the massive volume of traffic, vehicles going to their residences, Fairview, Novaliches, Bulacan, and going back to their work in the morning, are hampered by idiotic traffic light management. I call it idiotic because the main road is given 32 seconds. Binibilang ko po yan eh. Alam mo, tumitigil po ako, binibilang ko yan. 32 seconds to handle the volume of vehicles along Commonwealth Avenue, and yung Agham Street, which is only crossing Commonwealth, is given 182 seconds. So don't be surprised. I am not surprised that we have a traffic mess in that manner. All over the world, Mr. Speaker, ang traffic light management, meron na pong sistema. Hindi na nga kailangan ng enforcer eh. If we remove all the enforcers, corruption will be minimized. The traffic light can behave according to the actual need of the situation. Nalalagyan po ng sensor yan, pagka konti ang dumadaan, magbabago na po yan. Stop, go naman yung kabila. And for as long as marami pong dumadaan, nalalaman po ng traffic light yan, hindi po magbabago yan. Yun ang sinasabing sensitive, interactive traffic lights. Dito sa atin, merong enforcer, nakatayo sa kanto. Ang iniintay niya yung mga kliyente niyang jeepney and bus drivers. Sige na sige. Ang buong Metro Manila Nagsisikip na sa isang lansangan. Wala silang pakialam dyan. That's happening in Makati, that's happening in Mandaluyong, that's happening in Manila, that's happening in Pasay, everywhere. Where there are enforcers, there is corruption, there is mismanagement of traffic. Wala pong enforcers sa Singapore, and yet wala silang problema sa traffic doon. Wala pong enforcers sa Hong Kong. Ang dami-dami sasakyan. Wala rin po silang problema ron. Wala rin pong enforcer in the Middle East. Wala akong nakikita enforcer doon. Wala po silang traffic situation. Dito sa atin, isang katutak ang enforcer. Pero lahat may negosyo. Merong binabantayang mga jeepneys and buses to protect their daily income from protection, illegal use of our limited roadways. So your call, Mr. Speaker, the call of the gentleman is accepted by this representation. I will co-sponsor with you an urgent resolution to look into this mess. Tawagin natin lahat ng mga may kinalaman, starting with the local government units all over Metro Manila and key cities in the country. Tawagin natin ang MMDA. We would like to confront Chairman Dan Lim. What are you doing about these problems as enumerated by our colleague and supported by this representation? We would like to ask all of them to explain why are you allowing traffic conditions to deteriorate and stay like this. Pwede po bang bigyan natin ng priority yan, Mr. Speaker?
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. Yung junction ng Muntinlupa, ginawa ng kailan lang duman ako doon. Ginawa na siyang terminal ng jeep. Yung pagbaba mo ng PhilInvest papuntang Muntinlupa. I think the sakayan at babaan doon, they're occupying at least 2 lanes. So it's really creating a bottleneck. At gusto ko idagdag, matagal na akong nag-request. Hindi pa si Sir Danny ang nasa MMDA. Nag-request na ako dati na kung pwede imbitahin nila ako sa meeting nila. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa ako naiimbita sa meeting. So, baliktarin na lang natin. Sila na lang ang imbitahan ko dito kasama yung mga mayor at dito tayo mag-usap-usap sa Kongreso.
At huwag po niyong kalilimutan na we are equally interested in your issue. And we will continue supporting you in the committee, in any investigation, in the plenary. Tutulungan po namin kayo sapagkat tama lahat ng pinunan nyo. And I just would like to put on record one glaring example of corruption in our highways. Buendia Avenue is one of the major arteries in Metro Manila. Nilaparan po yan. Nilagyan pa ng 2 lanes on the left side and 2 lanes on the right side. Malapad na po, inalis pa yung Center Island. Pagkatapos po, nung lumapad na ang highway, dapat sana mabilis na po ang takbo ng mga sasakyan. Lalong bumagal. Alam niyo kung bakit? Pinayagan pong gawin terminal yung junction ng Taft Avenue and Buendia. Ginawang terminal ng mga provincial buses. Provincial buses. Jam liner, LLI liner, DLTB liner. Mga provincial buses, they go into Metro Manila, they go in and out of this terminal, they park on the street. Yung mga dumadaan sa kalye, talagang nagagambala. So ang tanong nila, anong dahilan ng traffic situation, traffic problem? The answer is very clear. Inaction is corruption. For as long as there is no action being done by those who are expected to act, are committing corruption. Today, we have a pending measure on the floor. For second reading, the bill introduced by one of our colleagues who seemed to have researched very thoroughly on the traffic situation, Congressman Sarmiento, is supposed to defend his bill on second reading. He delivered the sponsorship about 2 weeks ago, and it was not taken up. I hope it is not taken up today because we don't have enough members to listen to him and to support him if he has a good measure to enforce. we are proposing to the floor to hold on to this measure until the questions being asked by Congressman Teves and this representation are answered very squarely, clearly, by those who are expected to enforce the law. Otherwise, sabi nga ninyo, magpapasa na naman tayo ng batas. Kung meron po namang talagang mga corrupt officials running the show, pag pinasa natin ng anumang batas, gagamitin nila yan. Dagdag na gamit nila para sa kanilang corrupt practices. So let's hold on. Meanwhile, I support fully 100% the call of Congressman Teves that Congress should look into the situation of traffic in Metro Manila and many parts of the country. And I hope he does it tomorrow, and I will co-sign it with him immediately so that when we open our sessions early on January, we should take it up as an urgent matter. Tumulong po naman tayo. Ang sabi nga ng Pangulo, corruption is the biggest problem that he is facing. That we agree with him. Corruption in all levels of government, in the bureaucracies, we agree with him. But I joined Congressman Teves in reminding him corruption in the enforcement of traffic rules is one of the biggest problems of our nation today because it's making economic prosperity an impossibility unless we address the problem of corruption in the traffic enforcement. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mr. Congressman, and we join you in your call as that is a necessary course of action. Congratulations. Thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to refer the speech of Representative Arnulfo Teves Jr. and the interpellation of Representative Atienza of Buhay to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action. So move, Mr.
Is there
Speaker.
any objection to the motion? Chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the next gentleman that want to avail of his privileged hour, Representative Asaruddin Adiong of the 1st District of Lanao del Sur. So move, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Representative Ansaruddin Adjong is recognized to deliver his privileged speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Almighty God, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues of the 17th Congress, ladies and gentlemen, I arise on a matter of personal and collective privilege to thank President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, our men in uniform, and the Filipino people for standing with us in the darkest moment in the history of Marawi City. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the Marawi siege started on May 23, Tuesday afternoon, when the armed forces of the Philippines, in coordination with the Philippine National Police, conducted a raid in a safe house in Barangay Malutlot to try to capture Isnilon Hapilon, leader of the Abu Sayyaf group. The joint surgical operation of the AFP and the PNP triggered a deadly firefight. Hapilon was able to escape the raid and consolidated his forces with the militants. Instead of retreating, they immediately brought the hostilities to the various locations in the city. The entire city was put on lockdown, power and communication lines were shut down as several buildings, including the Marawi City Jail, Cathedral of St. Mary, Senator Ninoy Aquino College, JPI College, Dansalan College were set on fire. The militants also abducted church workers, teachers, blue-collar workers, and ordinary citizens. Mr. Speaker, it is very difficult to comprehend the pain and hurt that we felt when our ancestral home, Kuta, which was built in the 1950s by my grandparents, ex-Senator Dumukau Alonto and Hadja Mu'mina Alonto, is now destroyed and flattened. The home that gave us our fondest and happiness memories is now gone, and all that is left are pieces of glass and stones. Numerous other ancestral houses, like the Malawalay of the late Congressman Haron Al-Rashid Lukman Sr. and ex-Governor Tarata Alunto Lukman, built in the 1960s, historical landmarks, Grand Mosque built in the 1960s, and the masjids are now left mess. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, on May 24, Wednesday morning, thousands of residents who suffered the disorder caused by the militants the night before emerged from their homes and took advantage of the break in fighting to flee Marawi City and seek refuge in Sagyaran, Lanao del Sur, municipalities in Lanao del Norte such as Pantar and Balui, Iligan City, and Cagayan de Oro City. All modes of transportations, private and public, were full as people packed themselves. Residents piled themselves on top of trucks and jeeps. Some families even chose to flee the city by boat. Mr. Speaker, most of the displaced people evacuated for the first time in their lives. There had not been an exodus of this magnitude in the history of the city. As a result, the surge of vehicles caused massive traffic jams at the city's exit points and clogged the major roads to Iligan City. The travel time from Marawi to Iligan is usually 30 to 40 minutes, but during that horrible day, it took the residents 8 to 12 hours to reach Iligan. More painful, Mr. Speaker, were the images of women, children, and old ones carrying extremely heavy bags while traveling on foot. Even the patients confined in the Amay Pakpak Medical Center were forced to evacuate. These people braved the bad weather and walked roughly 40 kilometers to get away from the war zone and take shelter in evacuation centers. As the firefight intensified in the subsequent days, the AFP used surgical air assaults to neutralize militants who are holed up in fortified structures. Mr. Speaker, the Marawi siege was the biggest security crisis to face the government in decades and the longest modern urban warfare in the history of the Philippines. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the Islamic city of Marawi, known as the capital of the South, is now in ruins, defiled by over 5 months of clashes between the government forces and the militants. The military have unleashed so much chaos that its once majestic place is now reduced to ashes. If it weren't for the bullet-riddled buildings, one might think a great earthquake caused the destruction. However, it is not the blow on the socio-economic life that will persist in the hearts of my constituents, but suffering and the misery they have felt when they lost their friends, neighbors, brothers, sisters, and their children. No amount of consolation will ever fill the void left in their hearts. They will forever remember having observed the whole month of Ramadan is crowded evacuation centers instead of their homes. Mr. Speaker, our ancestors have fought countless foreign intruders for centuries to protect our homeland and preserve our culture. It is disgraceful how the radicals whose ideologies run contrary to the tenets of Islam can exploit and distort the narrative of social injustices against the Moro people to get more audience and supporters. Islam is a religion of peace, tolerance, and forgiveness. Their actions are un-Islamic and not humanly acceptable from any perspective. These militants do not represent the Moro people, as showing terror is opposite to the teachings of Islam or any other religion. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, let this representation be the voice in this august body as we condemn these disturbing acts of terror committed against the people of Marawi that have resulted in the loss of many innocent lives, the ravaging of homes, and the destruction of public structures and institutions. These militants ultimately want to drive a gap between Muslims and all Filipinos. We cannot wipe every evil from everyone, but we can curb bloodshed, inspire change, and continue to champion peace as the best solution. Mr. Speaker, now that the war was finally ended, this representation wants to express his deep gratitude to our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Vice President Leni Robredo, Senate President Coco Pimentel, Senator Mig Subiri, Senator Richard Gordon, Senator Sani Angara, Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez, the Department of National Defense, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Philippine National Police, the Philippine Coast Guard, the Department of Social Welfare and Development, the Department of Health, ARMM officials, LGUs, TESDA, MINDA, other government agencies, media organizations, private foundations and organizations and individuals, our troops and policemen who have shown incredible courage and bravery in the past several months. We were truly reminded of the lengths of sacrifice our troops will go through in order to keep this nation safe. We also owe a great deal of appreciation to our doctors, nurses, and medical professionals who have shown kindness and dedication by saving lives and providing exceptional service to all those who needed medical attention. This representation would also like to thank this honorable august body. I am standing in a room full of the most influential and generous people, and I am grateful that they have reached out and offered their unwavering support to the people of Marawi. Mr. Speaker, this nightmare has indeed created a future full of uncertainties for my constituents. Terrible things do happen. It's a part of life. It's how we react to these hardships that will define our future. Distinguished colleagues, we must remain steadfast in our fight against violent militants and address the root causes of radicalism. This critical situation reminds this august chamber of our common attribute, the shared commitment to peace and justice. If we remain united in our values, we will prevent the radicalization of our youth and promote the importance of tolerance and understanding in our communities. We must stand together in solidarity with those who have died or injured and show that an attack on any Filipino, regardless of tribe or religion, is an attack on all of us. We must look out for each other, even if we come from different backgrounds and religions. Diversity was never a weakness of this country, but one of its greatest strengths. Mr. Speaker, I would like to strongly emphasize that the militants never succeeded in convincing the residents to join them or even sympathize with them. Far from planting seeds of fear and hatred in the hearts of Maranaos, I see our resolve getting stronger, strangers becoming friends, families being reunited, and ordinary people becoming heroes. The Maranaos are known to be tough and resilient. Contrary to what these militants expected, this dreadful time brought out the best instincts and the best qualities in all of us. When one of us fell, someone was there to pick him up. When these militants showed the worst of humanity, we showed the best of humanity. For several months, when the city was overtaken by militants, when the nights seemed darkest, when all hope seemed to be lost, the heroism of ordinary citizens reminds us of what truly matters: perseverance, compassion, and unity. In the face of war and impending danger, I saw citizens risking their lives in relief operations, medical missions, and rescue attempts. The sacrifices I have seen these volunteers make them exceptional. Words are not enough to express my gratitude to all of them. The courage they have shown has inspired a lot of people. This kind of heroism will never be forgotten and will serve as the catalyst for the future leader of this country. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I fully support the President and shares his sentiments that the best investment we can make is in our children. They are our greatest natural resource and our greatest assets. They are our future, and they are the ones who will push this nation forward. No act of violence or terror will ever damage our faith in their potential to be peace-loving leaders and agents of change. We depend on them as much as they depend on us. We trust in our capabilities and experiences as we teach them how to deal with difficult and critical situations. A foundation of unselfish service, a culture of compassion and understanding, and the pursuit of just and lasting peace are the greatest legacy we can leave them. And so, I would like to appeal to this august chamber to support our government's effort to reconstruct and rehabilitate our ruined city, as this is the first step to heal the wounds, bring about peace, and inspire our children. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, to the internally displaced person, fear and suffering is the thought that they have no land that they could really claim their own. Many IDPs have openly and exclusively possessed their residential lots prior to 1953, but they do not hold titles to them. Of the Marawi city's total land area of 8,396 hectares, 6,625 hectares was reserved for military purposes. On December 23, 1953, then President Elpidio Quirino issued Proclamation 453 series of 1953, reserving for military purposes a portion of the public domain situated in the city of Dansalan, now Marawi City, island of Mindanao. As part of the rehabilitation plans of the Task Force Bangon Marawi, we therefore appeal to our beloved President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and the Secretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to issue a proclamation amending Proclamation number 453 and declaring the portion occupied by our constituents as open for disposition for the bona fide residents under provisions of Act number 3038 in relation to the provisions of the Public Land Act or Commonwealth Act number 141 as amended, subject to final survey if necessary. Portions which are already used for public purposes shall be excluded. Marawi City is our ancestral land which our forefathers have fought for since time immemorial. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most beneficent, the most merciful, bless all of those we lost in the siege, heal the wounded, and continue to watch over this country that we call home. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, distinguished colleagues. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I request that the speech of the Honorable Ansaruddin Adjong be referred to the Committee on Rules
Is
for
there
its
any
appropriate action.
objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that the gentleman from the 3rd District of Bukidnon, the Representative Manuel Subiri, be recognized to avail of the privilege hour.
The Honorable Zubiri is recognized to deliver his privilege speech.
Thank you, my dear Speaker and distinguished colleagues. I rise to the occasion to express my thoughts regarding the most awaited time of the year for Christians, Christmas. As we all know, it's about the time for celebration, prayer, thanksgiving, gift giving to those we care for the most. First of all, I truly thank the Lord for the opportunities He has given me. I'm blessed with a family that cares for me. I experience business in all its many ways. I'm able to provide to those who I care for, and now, as a neophyte representative serving the 3rd District of Bukidnon, I can say I'm a better rounded person, much more than before. Now, as a public servant, I feel obliged to share with you my thoughts about the very meaning of Christmas. Some may agree, but others may not. Nevertheless, let me share with you what has been embedded in my heart for the longest time. The words Merry Christmas, Maligayang Pasko, Maayong Pasko, Malipayong Pasko is basically being happy, celebrating Christ's birth. But as we all know, millions of our fellow Filipinos will not experience this Yuletide season. Maligayang Pasko or Merry Christmas means happiness, not just for the rich, but also for the poor. After going through so many hearings and deliberations this year, companies in the private sector earning billions and not paying the right taxes pains me. Some of our agencies not doing its job efficiently, effectively, and not bringing the proper goods and services to the people hurts me. I myself need to strive harder and create bills that are truly worthy, pass laws that will effect proper, meaningful change. A recent article of a leading newspaper stated, poverty in the Philippines remains concentrated in the countryside. 2/3 of the poor are in rural areas dependent on jobs and incomes from farm and fishing. Hence, my driving point is this. To our top 1,000 corporations, open your hearts and give more to those that you do not see in the countryside. Increase your corporate social responsibility, CSR budgets to levels that are truly meaningful and sizable, and bring it out there. To some of our agencies that need to level up, put your shoes in those who will not experience Noche Buena this coming season. You'll know what to do moving forward. This I ask as a fellow Filipino, businessman, and public servant. I yearn for the day that people such as you and me, people of influence in the public and private sectors, can give them the real help that our people truly need the most. My dear colleagues, I will end with a few quotes from those who I admire the most. Quote, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Unquote. Winston Churchill. What counts, quote, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." Unquote. Mandiba. Nelson Mandela. Quote, Matthew chapter 25, verse 40, the king will reply, "Truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Unquote. The celebrant himself, Jesus Christ. In the end, no matter how much our economy advances, the Philippines is only as good as its poorest constituent, Mr. Speaker. A Merry Christmas to one and all, because Christmas is not Christmas without Christ. Mabuhay hindi lamang ang Luzon, Visayas o Mindanao, kundi ang buong bansa. Isang diwa, isang bayan, higit sa lahat, isang puso. Mahal kita, Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that you refer the speech of the Honorable Manuel Subiri to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action.
Is there any objection? There being none, the speech of the Honorable Zubiri is referred to the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that the gentleman from the party list Akbayan, Representative Tom Villarin, be recognized to avail of the privilege R.
Is there any objection? There being none, the Honorable Villarin is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Majority Leader. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise on a personal and collective privilege. When Gina Lopez was appointed Secretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, advocates for the protection of the environment had high hopes that her order to close non-compliant, large-scale open-pit mining, which has dealt serious and irreversible damage to the environment, will be sustained. Secretary Lopez used her agency's mandate not only to uphold the rule of law in the protection of the environment, but importantly, to give voice to the people who have been suffering from the consequences of open-pit mining in the Philippines. Secretary Lopez shut down 21 mining operations after a mining audit found them operating in functional watersheds, and later ordered the cancellation of 75 mining contracts in watershed areas. You totally killed the mountain, a defiant Secretary Lopez told mining companies who lobbied against her confirmation. This statement was also a direct reference to the Hinatuan Mining Corporation, whose open-pit mining operations since 1989 in the island of Manicani in Giwan, Eastern Samar, have become a classic example of the devastating effects of open-pit mining. What is striking, Mr. Speaker, is that Hinatuan Mining Corporation, which has been suspended since 2001, and its mineral production sharing agreement lapsing last October 2017, is now applying for the revival of its operations with the move of the company to apply through the local government units for a resolution allowing them to operate. On the other hand, 4 mining companies of Zambales province presently operating, namely the Zambales Diversified Metals Corporation, Benguet Corp Nickel Mines Incorporated, LNL Archipelago Minerals Incorporated, and Eramin Minerals Incorporated, 4 companies ordered shutdown in February 2017 after a mining audit, has resumed full-blown its operations. What happened after Secretary Gina Lopez crusade came to an abrupt end after her non-confirmation is now the business-as-usual attitude of government. Mr. Speaker, for more than 2 months now, people and communities who are the constituents of Secretary Lopez crusade are now camped out in the Visayas Avenue in front of the DNR office. They are our people. the poor and marginalized, those who have long suffered because of the reckless greed of corporations and capitalists who have no souls or conscience. Their cries were not heard by the newly confirmed Secretary Frank Simato, not even them asking the latter to dialogue with them. Is this how the DNR treats our people? One of those people who has suffered in his lifetime is Tatay Mario, now 60 years old, who has been fishing off the waters of Santa Cruz, Zambales for 23 years now. He used to be able to support his family by catching and selling fish until the waters turned into red and shallowed due to burak or mud. To this day, Tatay Mario remains strong and physically able to help his son to support his family by driving a tricycle, but without fish to catch, he has nowhere to go. Tatay Mario also recalled that when Typhoon Lando hit their town in 2015, several residents died due to flooding. Tatay Mario personally knew some of them and recalled that a similar flooding has happened when dams were destroyed, causing a mixture of mud and water to rage down their communities. My dear colleagues, it is one thing to lose one's livelihood, but another to bear witness to the loss of lives. The same traumatic experience of Tatay Mario is now seen on the other side of the archipelago in the small island of Manicani in Giwan, Eastern Samar. When Super Typhoon Yolanda hit the islands of Manicani and Humonhon in 2013, all houses were destroyed and livelihoods obliterated. Residents all pointed to the operations of Hinatuan Mining Corporation as a direct factor that exacerbated the devastation. According to the prestigious Journal of Geography and Geology in 2013, and I quote, "The Manicani Island nickel mining has reduced the amount of land available to farmers, and siltation into the ocean has adversely impacted fishing. Before mining, agriculture and aquaculture could sustain the people of Manicani Island, but now they have been made poorer." But surprisingly, Mr. Speaker, last October 9, 2017, a few days before the lapse of the MPSA of HMC, a board resolution, Resolution 17-241, to resume operations of the HMC was passed. In said resolution, and I quote, "HMC has been responsible and proactive in attending to our environmental and social concerns, and it is apparent that the issues raised for the suspension lack scientific basis," unquote. And citing as basis for said resolution was an unnumbered and unsigned municipal resolution of the Giwan Sangguniang Bayan. According to Councilor Tom Sison, chair of the Environmental Committee of the Sanggunian, his committee did not endorse said municipal resolution. Even acting Vice Governor Jonas Abuda, also from the municipality of Giwan, opposed and questioned such highly irregular provincial board resolution. Mr. Speaker, there seems to be a clear pattern here. First, mining companies can influence our local governments with promises of employment, investment, and development. But have they really made true such rosy promises? An emphatic no, Mr. Speaker. The reverse is happening. People become poorer, health and livelihoods have severely deteriorated, their communities devastated with no chance of rehabilitation. With climate change, there is no more future for these communities. But our people are fighting back. This is why residents of Santa Cruz, Zambales found it necessary to line on the highway and block the trucks that come and go into the mining sites, only to be dispersed by armed personnel. This is why the community in Manicani Island set up a blockade against the heavy equipment and the personnel of HMC. And this has resulted to the death of one mining worker and one community leader. In February of this year, all 4 mining companies in Zambales have already been ordered closed. But again, last October, the operations of these 4 mining companies have resumed. In Manicani Island, October would have marked the end of the 25-year-long operations of Hinatuan Mining Corporation by virtue of the expiration of their MPSA. But mining companies suddenly have gained support from the LGUs. And these LGUs have been issuing resolutions bereft of community consultations and scientific evidence warning of the dire consequences of mining. And there is yet another pattern. Even if people file petitions for suspension or invoking the writ of kalikasan at the courts, the ineffective or even contradictory impositions from either the local, national, or both levels of government render the continuance and discontinuance of mining operations practically unresolved. And who benefits from this lack of effective resolution from the courts and the DNR? The mining companies, not the communities. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, it is clear that even under this administration, an administration supposedly elected and is continuously being supported for its unwavering political will, the people have yet to see an effective crackdown on large-scale open-pit mining operations. Kung gaano karahas ang administrasyong ito sa paglipol sa mga mahihirap na napagkamalang adik o pusher sa illegal na droga, ganoon naman ito kaamo sa mayayamang malinaw na lumalabag sa mga patakaran sa pagmimina at sa karapatan ng mga residente para sa isang buhay na komportable. This representation recognizes that we have various bills on mining that are currently pending before the committees. But as we continue to deliberate on these bills, we must provide effective and immediate resolution of the issues in Zambales and Eastern Samar, where our people have long suffered because of the effect of the devastation of open-pit mining. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, it's time to put closure on large-scale open-pit mining. Thank you and good day to all. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker.
The privilege hour has just expired. May we know what is the pleasure of the floor leader?
Mr. Speaker, we still have one,
Extend the privilege hour.
and I request for the extension of the privilege hour. One more. 10 minutes extension, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion to extend the privilege hour for another 10 minutes. Is there any objection? There being none, the privilege hour is extended for another 10 minutes. Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that the lady from Kabataan Party List, Representative Sarah Jane Elago, be recognized to avail of the privilege hour.
Is there any objection? There being none, the Honorable Elago is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in a matter of personal and collective privilege on the observance of the International Human Rights Day, at a time when human rights are challenged and distorted in the face of lies, abuses, and false democracy. In 1949, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the United Nations in response to the massive human rights violations perpetrated by states before and during World War II. As a signatory, the Philippines is expected to be bound by the obligation to respect fundamental rights and freedoms, the rights to life, the expression of one's own beliefs, opinions, and thoughts, to suffrage, to decent housing, to adequate standard of living, to self-determination, and many others. Despite these legal protections, the Philippine government itself is known as the perpetrator of state-sponsored violence. The records verify the truth that of all terror groups the Philippines has ever encountered, nothing beats the government itself in its record of sowing and creating a condition of widespread and extraordinary fear and panic. A declaration of martial law is never a precondition for the state to commit human rights abuses. For the most of Philippine history, human rights abuses were perpetrated even by icons of democracy. This is why our history is the history of a people long embroiled in a battle against abuses perpetrated by its own government. Case in point, former President Ferdinand Marcos' record is almost the same as his successor, President Corazon Aquino. In 2 years, there were 10,882 recorded illegal arrests and detention under her term, whereas Marcos had a record of 21,561 illegal arrests during his decade-long dictatorship. And today, Mr. Speaker, we witness how the concept of human rights itself is distorted, if not completely set aside, for establishing a fascist dictatorship. Launching the war on drugs on the sole basis that drug addicts do not deserve the right to live. Attacking activists on the excuse that they saw chaos by dissenting. Sponsoring policies that ensure the gradual death of people through hunger and poverty. These are attacks on human rights. These are attacks on the people. And most importantly, these are attacks launched by the government itself. Kung hindi man po pinapatay sa bala, pinapatay naman sa kagutuman, sa kahirapan, pagkakait ng mga batayang karapatang pantao. In only about 2 years into his term, the President's records outdo post-Marcos dictatorship administrations. 13,000 victims of the war on drugs, more unreported, 113 politically related extrajudicial killings, and still counting, 256 illegally arrested and detained, about 426,170 forced to evacuate, 364,617 victims of indiscriminate firing and bombing, 39,623 victims of the use of public places for military purpose, and 22 victims of politically motivated, frustrated extrajudicial killings. In just a week, Mr. Speaker, about 20 rights abuses can be recorded, from death threats to surveillance, to killings, to food blockades, and even to remarks of the President himself that completely make a joke out of human rights. Even the law is mocked, as the administration now plans to extend martial law in Mindanao for the second time, despite what the government claims to have been the defeat of the Maute group. Just a day before the celebration of the International Human Rights Day yesterday, Mr. Speaker, on December 9, Bernardo Clarion, a member of the cultural group Sulong Kultura, o Sukul, based in Davao City, was found dead after visiting a friend along with his brother Benji also a member of Sukol. Reports also reached the victim's kin that the van arrived in his friend's house around 6 p.m. of December 8th and raided the house of Bernardo's friend, who are requested to be not identified, who was also reported unwounded. Bernardo was found lifeless. Benji, his brother, is still missing. The family believes that the incident was politically motivated, as Bernardo and Benji were active members of Sukol, a progressive cultural group which had participated in various people's mobilizations and protest demonstrations in Davao City. They even performed during the tribute program for the slain peasant activist Apolonio Maranan. Bernardo and Benji's mother also recalls their father, Bernard Clarion, who is also a human rights activist, who was killed in 2014. Sa kada araw na lang po lalong lumalala at dumadalas ang balita hinggil sa mga paglabag sa karapatang pantao, lalong-lalo na ang mga atake doon sa mga mismong nagtatanggol ng karapatang pantao. With this, Mr. Speaker, Kabataan Party List mourns the distortion of basic human rights. Yet while we mourn the death of our loved ones and friends, while we mourn the impending death of human rights itself, we also challenge everyone, ourselves and the youth, most especially, to stand against tyranny and emerging dictatorship. We condemn in the highest and strongest terms the human rights abuses perpetrated by the state, not only by the administration, but all administrations that have passed. We condemn in the highest and strongest terms the killings of activists and the red tagging of student leaders and activists, the victimization of the poor, oppressed, and the marginalized. Fearlessly, we will stand against this impending, gripping dictatorship with the marginalized and the oppressed and all of sectors of societies amid death threats, threats of arrest, intimidation, harassment, lies, red tagging, and other terror-inducing methods of state forces. Decisively, we call on everyone to stand against any attempt to trample and infringe on our rights. It is clear that even while laws exist to lay the foundation of our rights and freedoms, they are not safeguards that will completely protect the people from state-perpetrated violence. Mr. Speaker, laws do not ensure the protection of our rights. Continuous struggle does. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Sarah Jane Elago and Tom Villarin to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action.
Is there any objection? The speeches of there being none, the speeches of the Honorable Villarin and the Honorable Elago are both referred to the Committee on Rules. Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we terminate the privilege hour.
Is there any objection? There being none, the privilege hour is terminated.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed to the additional reference of business and request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bills and resolutions on first reading, as well as communications and
Is there any
reports.
objection? There being none, the Secretary General is hereby directed to read the numbers and titles of the measures and such other matters.
Additional reference of business, message from the President, that letter dated 8 December of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte on the further extension of the proclamation of martial law and suspension of privilege of writ of habeas corpus in Mindanao.
To the Committee on Rules.
Messages from the Senate, message dated December 6, informed the House that Senate invent date, approved Conference Committee report on the Bicameral Conference Committee on the Secret Revision of Senate Bill number 1239 and House Bill number 4863.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated December 6 informed the House that the Senate on December 5 designated Senators Joseph Victor Ejercito, Vicente Soto, Sani Angara, Risa Ontiveros, and Paulo Benigno Aquino as conference on the Bicameral Conference Committee on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill 1354 and House Bill 6452.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated December 6, informing the House that the Senate designated Senator Paulo Benigno Aquino as member of the minority to the Joint Congressional Power Commission December 5, 2017.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee reports. Report by the Committee on Housing and Urban Development, House Bill number 165.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 512 on House Resolution 1526.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 513 on House Resolution 1527.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 514 on House Resolution 1528.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 515 on House Resolution 1529.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 516 on House Resolution 1530.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 517, House Resolution 1531.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 518 on House Resolution number 1532.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 519, House Resolution 1533.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 520 on House Resolution 1534.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 521, House Resolution 1535.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 522 on House Resolution 1536.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 523 on House Resolution 1537.
To the Committee on Rules.
Report number 524 on House Resolution 1538.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 525 on House Resolution 1539.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 526 on House Resolution 1540.
Committee on Rules.
Report number 527 on House Resolution 1541.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 528 on House Resolution 1542.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 529 House Resolution 1543.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 530 on House Resolution 1544.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 531 House Resolution 1545.
The Committee on Rules.
Report number 532 on House Bill number 6775.
To the Committee on Rules. Mr. Floor Leader. Okay.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider House Bill number 5789, and for this purpose, could the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the measure?
Is there any objection? There being none, the Secretary General is directed to read the title of the measure.
House Bill number 5789, an act declaring the city of Davao a mining-free zone.
Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, with leave of the House, I move that we reconsider the approval on second reading of House Bill number 5789. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider House Bill number 5790, and could the Secretary General be directed to read the title of said measure? So move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? There being none, the Secretary General is directed to read the title of the measure.
House Bill number 5790, an act declaring the province of Biliran a mining-free zone.
Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move, with leave of the House, that we reconsider the approval on second reading of House Bill number 5790. So moved, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? There being none, the aforesaid measure is, the approval of the aforesaid measure on second reading is hereby reconsidered. Mr. Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we adjourn session until tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Session is adjourned until tomorrow, December 12, 2017 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.